Okay, here goes the second attempt for doing this video, and I hope the audio makes it through this time. My name is Rourke Stark. I am doing my first video right now, technically, that I'm going to post, so I'm a little nervous, but hold with me. Um, the PDF that I had posted, I wasn't quite sure if by favorite educational website, it was meant to be a an educational website for teachers or a resource for teachers for teaching that subject. I'm studying Spanish education, so I posted or I will post a video or a PDF of a Spanish education resource website. If that's not the case, then I might just post a second PDF to another website that has helped me learn personally. Um, but yeah, as far as I'm aware, that's what I'm moving into. Regarding PDFs, I have made PDFs before. I worked in an immigration law office, and we would often have to save PDFs and send them to the attorney, or also like print them off. Uh, and they were extremely useful because often he was searching for ways to show that an area that this person had come from was dangerous in some way. And so it would be like articles of an event that had occurred there that was dangerous, or something recently by this group that had made it more dangerous for them to return to their country of origin. And so this was something to help the case for them to be able to receive their green card um, for residency. Um, I I felt like it was easy to do, and um, I think it's extremely useful in an educational sense. I think it could be implemented if kids, for instance, are sick. You can print off the entire website page without having to provide a link. Something that can also be useful is if they don't have access to internet, they can have a paper copy, or they can also have a PDF saved to a device, even though they might not be in an area that has internet. So PDF saving is very useful to provide accessibility to students and to teachers as well. Regarding productivity suites, I've experienced using. I have done a lot of Microsoft Office in my life, Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint. And then outside of that, I also have a lot of more experience with Google's Workspace. I actually really quite like Google's Workspace, and that might be a question for later. So, Google Workspace, though, like Google Docs, has been something that I've used quite a bit in my university experience. Now we're going to go to presentation. Let's hope that it works with the audio this time. Okay, so now I needed to show sharing to a particular person. As you can see, I already shared it with myself. So I'm actually going to remove access and do that again. So you click on sharing up in the top right corner, and then you type in an email, and you can send a message. This one is wishful thinking. All right. And then voila, access has been given. And now if I log into my other email, I have access to the same Word document. I have had experience with this in uh, this type of presentation connection in university with other students, and I find it extremely useful just because being able to work on workspace has been extremely helpful. You can be working at the exact same time as other people, and it allows you to be uh, on the same wavelength as other people, because it will give you information on what they're typing right then. It gives a history report of what is occurring and who's made what changes. And I find it extremely helpful. And in my university experience as well, it's been extremely helpful. I've had a lot of good classes where we are able to collaborate on one document that Google provides. And so I consider it to be extremely useful, and I've had a great experience with it. Regarding using webcams, I have done my webcam before. I've created videos in the past. Growing up in my family, we did family videos. And as a teenager, I also made videos that I would post on YouTube. As an adult, I did a little bit of YouTube stuff that I hope nobody in this class finds, but I've done some like gaming things, something that my generation really enjoys, I guess. But for the most part, I am aware of it and comfortable with it, and I see how it can be used in the educational environment, especially in the last couple of years with COVID-19. Many schools had to go online or had to transition into an online availability for certain students. And I actually really love this because I feel like for people to be able to be at home and learn is another aspect that provides accessibility to those kids. It has provided accessibility to me in the state of Utah to be able to go to a university that is in Kansas, hours and hours away from me. And in the same breath, it also allows for students to be able to learn in a different way. Some kids are visual learners, some are, for instance, in my case, I am a learner where I have to practice something myself. I have to almost teach it to be able to learn it, which is kind of weird. But when I try to explain something, that's when I start learning it better. And one thing that's also extremely useful for the teachers is that by doing webcam and video teaching, you have something that is able to be used more than once. Sometimes, in my opinion, unless the curriculum changes, the teacher could even reuse old videos as long as something, for STEM research and things like that. Obviously, things are constantly evolving and changing, and the same with languages. But one thing that is important to note is that, like in one day, you might have 5 or 6 classes, and you can reuse that same video. And so I feel like it also creates ease on a teacher. I still believe live stream or live classes are useful because then you can get live feedback from the students. You can answer questions. But in the same breath, if you are sick one day, you could post a video that you had previously recorded because you were implementing technology into the teaching experience. And so I think that's extremely useful, and it's exciting to see everything getting better and better as we move forward. So that is my presentation. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope everything goes well moving forward. Thank you.